What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Warlord's Ruin is now available, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can use this new dungeon to get yourself some of the best in-game high-stat Artifice armor in Destiny 2. To those unaware, Artifice armor is an advanced version of legendary armor, but it provides you with an extra stat slot to assign 3 points to any attribute. This makes it a lot easier to achieve multiple sets of triple and quadruple 100 stat builds, as you can reassign up to 15 points to your choosing. Just like any other armor, you have the ability to dictate what main stats these armor pieces will drop with by applying a corresponding ghost mod before entering into the dungeon. Artifice armor can only be obtained in master dungeons, and unlike the rest of the dungeons in Destiny, you won't have to wait on it to be on rotation to jump into its master mode. Warlord's Ruin features 3 boss encounters, and all 3 have a chance at dropping Artifice armor when completing them on master difficulty. Since this dungeon is designed to get progressively more difficult as you get further into it, the opening encounter against Rathiel is pretty easy. It only takes a minute to get there, and there's less mechanics, less enemies, a smaller arena, and damage phases occur much more often. By completing Rathiel's encounter on Master, you will have a chance at getting boots, gloves, and helmets, all of which dropping as Artifice armor, and this armor set looks incredible. If I had to compare this encounter to any other dungeon boss, I would have to say it most closely resembles the Farazia encounter of Grasp of Avarice, which has always made for an excellent and super easy source at farming Artifice armor. The master variant of Rathiel's encounter does include unstoppable champions, but those can be handled with ease with unstoppable hand cannon or bow mods, or the Malfeasance. Master mode is an 1840 activity, but even at 20 to 25 levels under, you'll be able to beast through this encounter in just a few short minutes and rack up a ton of Artifice armor in the process. A big contributing factor to your level of success will rely on this season's artifact. Thanks to the benefits of From Whence You Came, you'll deal an additional 5% ability damage to Scorn and Taken enemies. There's also several artifact mods that improve the benefits and damage of rocket launchers, scorch, and ignition effects, which will make running solar builds with rocket launchers much more effective this season. Just like Nightfall's, Master Dungeons include activity modifiers. This week, Stasis and Solar energies get overcharged, providing these weapons and their abilities with an extra 25% damage. While many Guardians have seen this as an opportunity to use the Gallarhorn, Dragon's Breath, and other rockets, which is still a good strat, Rathiel calls for a much more close and personal touch, much like Crota does. And since it's a much more confined area, rockets can lead to an untimely death, which makes sword and shotgun strat a much more efficient method. And this is where the Lament will really put in some work, because with solar artifact mods and a solar overcharge, the Lament melts this boss and everything else in this encounter. But each week these modifiers will be different, which means that each week you will need to change up your loadouts just a bit to maximize your potential. This week, the Lament is the champion, but next week might see the Legend of Ocreus, the Bequest, the Grand Overture, or Fallen Guillotine, providing much more firepower. To optimize your ability to stay alive and deal out the most damage, I would recommend having at least one Warlock running Well of Radiance with Phoenix Protocol. This will make damage phases go a lot smoother, since the boss won't be able to hurt you with his up-close slam attack. To protect you against the boss and his lackeys, melee, solar, and arc resistance mods will all be needed on your chest armor. Hunters will want to run Deadfall Tether with either Gerfalcons or Orpheus rigs, which synergizes very nicely with Warlocks running Phoenix Protocol, as you'll be able to effectively chain those supers back to back to back. Tether will keep enemies trapped together during damage phases and when the unstoppables spawn in, and with the added benefits of invisibility, you'll be able to capture the taken totems much more easily. Hunters will also benefit from using a solar build with either the Celestial Nighthawk, the Star Eaters, Foe Tracers, or Shards of Galanor. Titans have the most leanway with this encounter. A Banner of War Strand build with either the Syntheseps or Worm God will be amazing, but so would a Pyrogale Solar build or a Curus Thundercrash build. Any of these will provide you with the lethality to flatten the champions and melt the boss in as little as 2 phases. Having someone running the tractor cannon can supplement for the lack of a tether and can provide upwards of a 30% increase in your total damage. One very important mechanic that you need to be in mind of is that every other damage phase, the unstoppable champions will spawn in. You don't want these unstoppables interfering with your ability to lock down the totems or damage the boss. So when the unstoppables spawn in, focus on them first. Take a damage phase off if you need to, but make sure the unstoppables go down early. Once you've defeated Rathiel, you will be teleported into the prison chambers, where you'll need to activate the proper gears to unlock the doors. Once you've unlocked the doors and gathered your loot, you can simply back out to orbit, reset checkpoint, and start back over again. An incredibly easy method to farm high stat end-game Artifice armor. You can cut out a little bit of time by getting checkpoints on an alternate character, but Rathiel's encounter is so close to this activity's spawn-in that it's just not necessary. And with that said, we've now covered how you can use the Warlord's Ruin to get yourself some amazing high stat in-game Artifice armor. I wish you all the best of luck out there. Let me know how your farm is going, and let me know what you're enjoying most of all about this season. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. I will leave a few links to some different builds in the description below, so that you can use to maximize your efficiency at getting this encounter done. So be sure to check out those in the description below. And if you're a new Light Guardian, just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran, just looking for a new home, then be sure to check out the Discord link in the description as well, and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy holidays and some happy hunting.